So what's up people and welcome to the chapter 68 discussion of Kaiju number 8 or Kaiju 8号. So chapter 68 came out about 10 days ago, and as always I will leave a link to this chapter that's currently being shown on the publisher's official website, Manga Plus, for free to the North American audience. So if you're interested, I will go take a look at it before they pull this chapter back. Okay, so over the last several chapters, we have been going through what may be called a training arc or a character development arc. And ever since the devastating battle that they had where monster number 9 absorbed Isao Shinomiya's body and escaped, we have been going through several character developments within this comic. But chapter 68 comes out to remind us that while this character development is going on in the JDF, there is also development going on with the enemy. And so this chapter focuses back on the kaijus, and the chapter starts out, surprisingly, with Commander Isao Shinomiya. We find out that his spirit is still somewhat alive inside monster number 9. However, this chapter also shows us that he is almost at the end of his existence. He says he can no longer hang on. And because of that, his spirit is of course losing out to monster number 9, and monster number 9 is getting stronger. And if you recall, in a few chapters back, there were all these incubation pods holding future kaijus. And now we're seeing in chapter 68 that some of them have finally come out of their cocoon. So within chapter 68, we're starting to find out that Japan is seeing a lot more kaiju sightings, and they are huge kaijus. And aside from the one that you see here, there are some very interesting kaijus that you see. And if you're interested in seeing what kind of kaijus come out, then you should go to chapter 68 and take a look at it yourself. But what this indicates is that the enemy is starting to move ahead. As much as there is character development with Leno and Iharu and the others, monster number 9 is starting to move ahead with his plan. And so things are going to escalate really quickly, probably in the next few chapters. And of course, the JDF is the first to notice all of these sightings. And they are panicking and wondering what is causing all of this. And of course, it turns out to be Vice Commander Hoshina that correctly identifies that this is most likely due to monster number 9. And so, as readers, we expect that the JDF will go on high alert, and we'll probably see the results of a lot of this training come out in the near future because things are getting heated pretty quickly. And the ending of this chapter is quite interesting because we focus back on Commander Isao Shinomiya's spirit, and he's finally getting to the final point of his existence. And as he fades out, he asks the people who were under him in the JDF, such as Commander Mina, Vice Commander Hoshina, Commander Narumi, and of course Kafka, to do their very best and to protect everything that he held dear. And it is appropriate that at this final request, it is Kikoru Shinomiya that he envisions as he finally fades away. It is a very sad scene, but it is a very appropriate one as we then move to the very final part of this chapter, where we actually do see Kikoru Shinomiya. And it may end up that they won't have to protect her, but she will be the one that goes out to protect many of them, because she is powering up. And how she's powering up is what I thought would happen. If you recall, in many chapters back, when they were fighting the powered up monster number 9, Kikoru lost her special weapon. And that weapon was an axe-style blade. And if you recall in some of the previous chapters, we also saw a glimpse of Hikari Shinomiya, Kikoru's mother's weapon, which also turned out to be an axe-style blade. Now, originally when I heard that Hikari Shinomiya got killed, I thought that maybe that blade got destroyed, but as we read through latter chapters, we found out that she took down monster number 6, and in doing so, she overtaxed her body and died from that effect. And so, if that was the case, there was a good possibility that her weapon survived that battle. And as we find out in the final part of this chapter, that is actually the case. Monster number 4's weapon resource remains intact, and it is offered to Hikaru Shinomiya as her new future weapon, which I was hoping will be the case. This is a major power-up for her because of the fact that although she had a good weapon in the past, this is a S-type monster weapon. And with this, she should be able to power up significantly so long as this weapon doesn't overburden her. And so it'll be interesting to see what Hikaru will be like in the future. And appropriately, she asks her mother the permission for taking that weapon at the very end of this chapter. So this chapter ends very appropriately in giving Hikaru that power-up. We still don't know how Kafka is going to fare, but things are elevating, and I expect that things will get very heated in the next few chapters. And so once chapter 69 comes out, which should be in about 3 weeks since the author is taking a break, I will bring out a video once it comes out, and I hope you join me at that time. But in any case, this was the chapter 68 discussion for Kaiju 8, or Kaiju number 8. What'd you think about the chapter? If you have any comments, please post them in the comment section below. And until the next episode, happy manga reading, and as always, Jaya, nice day everyone.